All right. Good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening, I guess, depending on where you are. My name is Dan Erdley. I'm president of U.S. operations for SmartSimple Software. Excited to be joined today by Kellie and Karen from Blue Cross Blue Shield, Louisiana. We're here to kind of learn about their experience in exploring the sort of software spectrum and grants management, how they decided to work with us here at SmartSimple, and what their experience has been like, so that you all can maybe learn something from their process. So Kellie, Karen, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hi, I'm Kellie Duhon. I'm the corporate giving manager for Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana.
Hi, everybody. I am Karen Bolles, and I am the operations manager for community relations for Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana.
So Kellie, I'll kick it to you, and you can tell us your story.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dan. So the mission of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana Foundation is to promote the wellness and well-being of all Louisianians by supporting health related causes. We know that real change for our state takes the hearts and hands of thousands of people. And that's why we fund and promote the hard work of everyday people who dream about making a difference in the lives of others. Through our Community Relations Department, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana invests significant resources in the communities that we serve. Blue Cross's 2,600 employees live all over Louisiana. And because of that, Blue Cross employees care deeply about our state. The Community Relations Department helps Blue Cross employees give back to their friends and neighbors while maximizing the impact of their good deeds. So why we made the switch? For about a decade, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana and the Blue Cross Foundation has used an online software called Blackbaud to administer our sponsorships and grants. We have also used the platform to track our overall giving and impact. The technology that we were using was outdated, which meant many headaches and challenges. We had been considering a switch for a while, and ultimately, when we learned that our old CRM would no longer be updated, we knew it was time to make the jump. So this is what we were looking for. We wanted a solution that was easy for nonprofit partners to apply and keep up with reporting. And we also wanted a solution that was intuitive and automated, and also a platform that could grow to incorporate additional plugins and some of our needs over time. We wanted to streamline the process of our giving to our nonprofit partners through grants, sponsorships, volunteering, both general and pro bono, matching gifts, and various in-kind donations. When we went shopping for a new platform, we wanted these features. Number one, our new CRM needed to be easier for grantees, reviewers, employees, and program administrators. Number two, we wanted to be able to customize our benchmarks, outcomes, and data to clearly answer where and how we were making an impact. It was important that we were able to pull this information quickly and easily. Number three, as you can imagine, the fact that our old software wasn't being updated meant that customer service was hard to come by. We often spent an hour or more waiting to talk to someone to help us solve simple problems. We needed highly responsive customer service support. And number four, we needed to move all of our data from the old software to the new. So we needed a seamless data migration and comprehensive security that met our organization standards. Ultimately, we chose a platform called SmartSimple because it put all of our information and opportunities in one place. The design was more intuitive and customizable, and even better, it integrated with DocuSign. So our partners can sign their paperwork digitally and no more mailing hard copies of grant contracts. So now what we'll do is we are going to show you a brief demo of our system. So I'll let Karen show you the first part.
Okay, so this is our grantee portal. This is what our grantees see when they log in to SmartSimple. Grantees can see all of the funding opportunities together in one place, and they can update their own contact, organizational information, instead of us having to do that for them. And the grantee is also able to see the progress of their applications, reports, and events. This is the Blue Cross landing page. So this is what they see when they go to sign in. And one of our favorite features of this is the single sign-on option for our employees. As you see in the bottom down there, left-hand side is employee authentication. All they have to do is click right there and it takes them right into their portal.
All right. So this is the submission manager. And here's where we can view all of our applications for all of our programs in all of our statuses, which we were never able to do before. So there's also a quick view tabs of the applications under review. You can also see the activities that are associated with the applications, such as payments, reviews, agreements, reports, and emails, scheduled payments, personal follow-ups, which we call our personal follow-ups, that's calls and site visits, and then also submitted reports. Okay. All right. And so this is our program manager, and here's where we manage all of the individual applications. As you can see, you can input the cycle information that the grantee will see under funding opportunities. And in the side blue tab, you can see all applications that have been submitted, if they failed eligibility or they're still in the draft status for this cycle. Another feature that I love about this group is that you can batch, approve, or deny applications as well. All right, Karen.
Okay, this is the events manager from the grantee's perspective. They can apply for request volunteers. They can edit their sponsored event information, submit print or digital ad requests, video requests, and documents for approval, and to fill out the surveys that we send to them. And this is a sample Team Blue event application. Team Blue are our employee volunteers. And here the staff can view the event information, benefits, volunteer information, contact information, the total number of hours volunteered, and the monetary value associated with those volunteer hours.
All right, and this is a snapshot. We were hoping that we could show you our whole internal review because there are a lot more fields than what's shown here, but this is our internal review. It's completed by our staff, and we love this feature because it auto calculates the ROI and also the total review score based on the staff inputs and also the fields that are on the application. And then here is our portal that we have for, we call it approvals, is the portal that we call it. All of our document approvals, our ad requests, our video requests are all viewable in the approvals portal. Our corporate communications office has access to this portal within their system, and they're able to approve or request revisions for any of these items prior to printing or distribution. Karen?
And under the organization profile that you're looking at right now, we are able to complete our due diligence by checking the Louisiana Secretary of State's database and to be sure our nonprofits are registered in good standing with the Secretary of State. We can also GuideStar and IRS tax check. Both of these items are done with the click of a button, and the documents are automatically uploaded to the record. The IRS tax check is scheduled to check monthly on all nonprofits in our system, and that's customizable. You can set that to check whenever you want, and this is a feature that we really, really like a lot.
All right, so we showed you a little sample of our system, and so we wanted to open it up for any Q&A.
Feel free to post any questions in the Q&A section, or if the chat's easier for you, feel free to go there, and I'll be happy to read those out for Kellie and Karen. I do have one question for both of you, if you permit me. You talked about sort of the process and you deciding how to move to SmartSimple and why you chose to work with us, which we appreciate certainly. What was your experience in terms of the implementation process? So once you decided to move forward with the move with SmartSimple, what was that process for you like?
Once we decided on SmartSimple, it was, I would say, a very quick process. I think it was a little bit slower on our end. And if there's any other blues on the call, our contracting process usually takes about 6 months. So once we decided on SmartSimple, we went through our internal contracting department. And then after we got the contract signed, it took us about 6 months to build the system. I guess my suggestion on the build would be make sure prior to starting the build that you know exactly what fields that you want in your system. And then as far as the implementation, once we finished the build, it took us about 6 months on our end to implement the system. So we had to train our employees on how to use the new system. We had to train nonprofits how to use the new system. And we also had to train our staff on how to use the new system. But very, very, very seamless process. Believe me, SmartSimple knows exactly what they're doing.
It's good to hear. So we do have a number of questions coming in. First one is, can you talk a little more about the ROI feature on your internal review? Yes.
So this is on our sponsorships, which is what I do at Blue Cross for the company. It's a mathematical formula. Our ROI calculation is the number of benefits multiplied by the amount of people impacted divided by the cost. And so it's just a mathematical formula. And within SmartSimple, they do have fields that you can specifically build in those mathematical formulas that you want to auto calculate for you based on what's inputted into the application.
Perfect. So some other folks want to know how your teams and communications and HR might interact with your system today.
So at this point, all of our employees have access to this system. So they can do their matching gifts. We'll be rolling out the volunteering platform into our new system. We're actually on phase 2. And that's going to come out, I think, sometime in the next couple of weeks. We'll finish the build this week. So HR department, what we do, we're able to report to our HR department the volunteering hours and also matching gifts. So if they do want that information, I know that does have to do with the overall health and well-being of employees. And then the marketing department, I'll tell you, we have recently pulled a list for our marketing folks that they're able to know which of our clients that we are giving to on the nonprofit space. So we're able to tell them how much our employees give to a certain nonprofit. That is monetary, also the number of hours that they volunteer, and also the total giving that we've given to that nonprofit organization. So it's very helpful for both those departments.
Great. And you actually answered another question around matching gifts, so that's perfect. And I'll just kind of explain too, for those of you that might be newer to learning about SmartSimple. We provide solutions in each of those different spaces. So grants management, volunteering, employee giving, matching gifts. You can really track anything related to all of your corporate social responsibility and philanthropic needs. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on that. Absolutely. So the next item was, what's your opinion, I guess, of the reporting capabilities in SmartSimple? I could answer that, but better to hear it from you.
Well, I personally love the reporting requirements that are in SmartSimple. There is an option for interim reports. You can assign as many interim reports as you possibly can imagine. And then we also have final reports as well. You can only do one of those. But like I had mentioned earlier, those personal follow-ups, you're also able to schedule site visits and calls and, social media posts. You can schedule all of those different things with your grantees. And I will tell you, once you put them in the system and the dates are all assigned, you do all of that information, we have it set up to where those dates auto-populate onto our contracts with our grantees. And to me, that is invaluable. We were manually doing that before we switched to SmartSimple. Karen, are there any other features with the reports that you wanted to talk about?
No, I think you've covered it all, Kelly.
Perfect. And also too, I did want to say with the HR department, another thing that we are doing with our employees is we have built in an employee survey that we give out once a year. And within that survey, I do ask questions for our HR department. So if employees are interested in joining certain ERG groups, employee resource groups, I also help out our marketing department. We have a thing called social media ambassadors. And so I ask our employees all those questions in our survey. So we are trying to help out other departments with this new system.
That's great. And I would just also add in terms of the reporting conversation, really, when it comes to SmartSimple Cloud, the platform that we provide, if it's a field in the system, you can report on it and you can add as many fields on any given record and object within the system. So we don't provide just a bunch of canned reporting. We really kind of build reporting around you and your organization and what your needs are. And then you have the ability to create as many reporting tools as well within the system. So it's all at your fingertips. So related to the implementation, somebody wanted to hear about your experience related to the data migration and moving data from Blackbaud over to SmartSimple.
Well, I'll let Karen talk on this one because I know she worked directly with Blackbaud and with SmartSimple on getting the data over.
Right. That was a very simple process from Blackbaud to SmartSimple. It was actually very easy on both ends. Blackbaud was very accommodating, and SmartSimple team is really good about getting that data migrated over and correctly.
That's great. And actually, for those of you that are maybe working with Blackbaud or GIFs today and may be asking that question for that reason, we've actually done so many different migrations from clients from GIFs to SmartSimple that we actually built a tool for the data migration itself. So it's really not something we have to approach in a custom way, the way we have to with some other third-party systems. So it can be actually one of the most seamless data migrations from any other platform to working with SmartSimple. So Raquel asked about IRS GuideStar integration. So I'll just answer that. The IRS lookup and tax check. That's just a built-in feature within the platform that you can utilize free of charge. The GuideStar integration is an add-on paid service based on the use of that GuideStar integration, so that you can pull data from the GuideStar profile on a regular basis, as well as the charity checks document, and having that stored automatically to their profile. You can also do that on different, you don't necessarily have to do it on a recurring timed basis. You can even trigger it based on actions. So maybe if you're going to be awarding a grant, then that's when it gets triggered and it pulls that data. So there's different options depending on how you want to handle that. All right, so someone was asking around foundation using it for grants management. I'll just answer that for you quickly. So yeah, with these folks with Blue Cross Louisiana, today it's grants management, and then we're moving towards volunteerism is the next phase 2. Is that right, Kelly? Okay.
Yes, that's
Perfect.
correct. So right now we have grants, sponsorships, matching gifts, in-kind printing in the system, and then our add-on is volunteering.
So the in-kind printing, did you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
we have our own print shop at Blue Cross, so that was one of our added benefits that we give to our nonprofit partners.
Oh, that's a nice, interesting approach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me see. We got a couple of other questions. They were asking, how do payments to grantees work? Is it electronic, relatively seamless? What's your process for that?
I'll let Karen answer that one. She's our guru. She's our office manager, so she processes all the payments.
Yeah, so we have integrated our DocuSign into the check processing. So it's very simple process, and it tracks whatever you want it to. Again, it's very customizable. So you just enter the data that you want, and it goes to DocuSign to be signed by our corporate authority, whoever has the signing approval, and then it goes right up to our accounts payable department, and they process it for us.
So are you guys using DocuSign, those DocuSign documents as sort of the mechanism for accounting, then cutting a check or dispersing the funds? Okay. So there was another related question to this, and so I can speak to it a little bit, in that there was a question around the possibility of integrating with other systems, especially a financial system or AP system. So we can definitely do that, and we do that for many of our clients, where it may not be this DocuSign approach, but it may be that data is being passed from your SmartSimple system to your financial system to be able to execute any sort of paper checks or electronic funds transfers or whatever that may be. And then many times in that type of integration, there's usually data that gets passed back from your accounting system into SmartSimple, so that you can have sort of one system of record of all of your different payments that are scheduled to be paid, that have been paid, that have maybe been voided or refunded. And so you can see the status of all of those, as well as being able to track those to your budgets as well, so that you can see in real time how many dollars you have available in each of your different budgets, based on however you might budget your organization's granting dollars, or any dollars for that matter. Okay, I think maybe one more question here, unless any others come in. Someone's asking about any insights on how you handle employee solicitation through or outside of the platform.
Solicitation as far as like volunteering projects or sponsored events?
I'm not
well,
sure.
I'll just answer both of them.
Volunteering. Yep.
Volunteering. So
Yep.
we haven't done that yet, but however, if we do have an employee that serves on a board and they want to be able to do volunteering with that organization, we can do one of two things. Either they can contact our office and we can tell the nonprofit how to apply for Team Blue volunteering, where it would be listed for all employees, or they can also just go volunteer and they can self-report their hours to us. So we have kind of both ways built into our system.
That's perfect. Okay, if I kept up with all the questions, hopefully I did. I don't think we have any else. So Kelly, if you want to wrap us up there.
Yeah, sure. So we did a very quick demo today, but if you do want a more in-depth demo with Karen and I, please reach out to us. Our email addresses are on the screen. And also, I wanted to make sure that you guys saw we did do a blog, a two-part blog on our journey of migrating to SmartSimple. So I'm going to post those links in the chat. But yeah, feel free to go check it out, reach out to us. We're here to help you guys.
We really appreciate it, Kelly and Karen. You've been great partners, and we certainly enjoy working with you. So thank you both for all the time you've put into this and helping some others learn about from your experience and why you chose to work with us. You know, for everyone who's attending, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us. And like Kelly said, if you have questions for the two of them, they're more than open to having that conversation with you. And then, of course, we at SmartSimple would love to have a conversation if you're interested in learning more on what we can provide and offer you in terms of solutions. So thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.